Fans, welcome to the first regular season edition of the Forecheck, live from right here at Little Caesars Arena. I'm Daniella Bruce, and as always, I'm joined by Ken Kal, your Red Wings radio play-by-play announcer. Ken, I'm going to get us right into this because we've got a lot to talk about today, and the Red Wings are off to a great start. It's only been 2 games, but they've looked really good in the 2 games that they have played, and we definitely need to talk about Anthony Mantha. He's got 7 points in the Red Wings opening weekend, including 4 goals on Sunday night for Dallas.
Daniella, he's almost making it look easy, doesn't he?
Yeah, very.
And he picked up right where he left off last year, and so did that line with Bertuzzi and Larkin and Mantha. And they've just been on fire. They were dynamite in the last 10 games last year, explosive in the first 2 games, and not many players in this league can do the things that he's done. We're just looking at a play right here where he just made a power move to the front of the goal, slid it behind the goaltender, and congratulated by his team. Just an awesome shot. He's a terrific player and really making things happen early in the season. And anytime you can start 2-0, you're going to take it.
And Ken, looking at that second goal, he scored a goal similar to that in Nashville where he just went at the net and no one could stop him.
Absolutely, and he also reminded me of a goal he scored in the World Championships too. He's really quick out there. He's got those long strides, very deceptive, and one of the premier power forwards right now in the National Hockey League.
And we're going to take a look at his 4th goal coming up next. You just saw them picking up the hats off the ice. That was the hat trick goal. Here's the 4th one. He is the first Red Wing to score 4 goals at home since Brendan Shanahan on March 15th, 2001.
And if you go back to 1933, I think Todd, our engineer, doing these Forecheck shows, I think he was around back then. But Johnny Sorrell had an opening night home opener where he scored 4 goals as well. But he got a little help. That one deflected off a Klingberg stick. But hey, when the goals are going in, good things happen. It did right there.
And Bernier stopping a huge goal from going in there right at the end of the game. There was probably a little under 2 seconds left when he actually made the stop. You know, Ken, I was convinced they were going to score there, and when they showed the replay, Bernier did everything he could to keep that out.
Absolutely, and in the preseason games, we were talking about what's going to be the difference in the Red Wings season this year. And last year, you go back 2 seasons, the Red Wings couldn't protect the lead. A lot of times they get down to that final minute where the other team would pull the extra attacker, the other team would tie the game, and a lot of times would win it in overtime. But not so in the first 2 games. Nashville pulled their goalie, Dallas pulled their goalie, and the Red Wings found a way to win, and that's how you make the playoffs, by winning those close games.
You're looking at Anthony Mantha's numbers again. He had 4 goals on 8 shots, some pretty decent ice time. Obviously, he seemed to be making an impact every second he was on the ice. So a very, very good game from him. And Ken, you had mentioned it already. It wasn't just him. It was that whole front line that played well on Sunday night and in Nashville on Saturday night. So what do you think for them? What's clicking? What's going right?
Everything's going right. And, like I said before, it was the last 10 games of last season. They just have a connection. And when lines have connections like that, they're hard to stop. Now, the key for Detroit is they're going to have to remain hot. And if other teams shut that top line down, the Red Wings have to figure out, all right, where are they going to get their scoring from? All the goals in the first 2 games, except for the Luke Glendening game winner in Nashville, have come from that top line. And we have to figure out, what are we going to call this line? The hot line? I think I'm going to call them the MLB line. How's that?
Hotline's pretty good.
Mantha, Larkin, and Bertuzzi, the MLB line. I don't know.
We got to give them a few more games before we're giving them a name, okay, Ken? You got to give them just a few more games under their belt. But that top line being Larkin, Burton, Mantha, they have combined for 16 points already on the season. So that's pretty incredible.
It really is. 16 out of, 25 points that the Red Wings have totaled so far this season. But again, you want to get that balanced scoring. And you and I have talked about that in the preseason games. When your top line and you're relying on your top line to score all the goals, if another team shuts them down, then you're in trouble. So I would think that with Athanasiou coming back in today's game, that's going to balance things out a little bit.
Another big stat that you just saw, they're +5, and +4. Bert's +5, Larkin's +5, Mantha's +4, which is huge.
It is, and you want to be a plus player. And the thing about being in the National Hockey League, Daniella, is you want to be on the plus side all the time.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're getting your points, but you're not giving away anything on the defensive side of the puck too. So you look at the top players and their plus minuses are good. That's what they're doing. They're scoring, but not giving up anything as well.
Definitely, and we're looking forward to seeing that top line again tonight. You're taking a look at Mantha's goal again, man. He was just incredible. But now, let's go down to Carly Johnston. She was in the locker room this morning after morning skate.
Thanks, guys. Carly Johnston down here in the locker room. Some good vibes coming throughout the room. We talked to Madison Bowie, who is making his regular season debut tonight, as well as NHL's second star of the week, Anthony Mantha, and the new face in the room, Alex Biega. Was it tough sitting out the home opener?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even the first one, obviously, I was trying to do my best to be ready for game one, and unfortunately it wasn't, and obviously it wasn't ready for that second game too, so it's I'm happy and hopefully it'll be ready for tonight.
I think it's definitely going in the right direction. I feel like I ended off the season pretty well last year and just kind of carried it into camp this year, and I think it's been going really good. I just got to focus on playing my game and competing hard every night and helping the guys win.
Shooting percentage is somewhere around 10% in this league. Good players maybe go up to 17, 18, depending on who they are. Like I said, maybe 10 shots, you're going to get 2 goals, 4 goals, you don't know. Maybe it's going to be 0. You just need to keep putting pucks on net. And even if it's not you, maybe the rebound, your partner is going to tap in. So we want to shoot a lot, and that's our mentality right now.
So for the fans out there who haven't seen your game, tell us what you bring to the table, Alex.
Yeah, I think it's. I like to move the puck. I'm a skater. Using my speed to get involved in the rush as a fourth wave, and using my skating ability to break pucks out and exit the zone cleanly. And just a guy that's up and down. I like to play physical and be hard defensively for those guys.
I'd rather be 2-0 than 0-2. We needed a good start from a confidence standpoint. But this is a relentless league, so we better come ready to play tonight. And 2-0 doesn't help if you end up 2-6 or whatever. You know what I mean? So we got to come tonight ready to play great hockey. They're I think 2-0 or 2-0, 3-0. So they're kind of in the same boat, and so we got to play great hockey tonight. But again, I'd rather be 2-0 than 0-2.
Everyone's excited about this game tonight against the Anaheim Ducks, hoping to go 3-0 to kick off the season. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Carly. You're looking at Double A's numbers there. He's in the lineup tonight for the first time this season. Those are his numbers from last season. 30 goal scorer, 24 assists, 54 points. Obviously a great season for him. We're excited to see him back in the lineup. But Ken, I have to tell you, I'm really excited to see him play with Taro Hirose and Luke Glendening. I think they have the potential to be a really, really good second line.
Daniela, there was an old vaudeville entertainer. His name was Jimmy Durante, and he always used to say, everybody wants to get into the act. Ha, cha, 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 cha. Well, guess what? Andres Athanasiou, he's tired of sitting down watching all the other guys get into the act. He wants to get out there, and he wants to participate, too. And that just means good things for the Detroit Red Wings because, as you mentioned, he can be explosive out onto the ice. He always seems to have 1 or 2 breakaways a game, and he a lot of time finishes on those chances. So it's good to have him back there in the lineup. And Taro Hirose, I think, really complements Double A really well because Hirose, I don't think he's much of a checker. I think where he really benefits is where he can give and go and get the puck to the offensive players, and I think that line's going to be sensational tonight.
Yes, it will be great to see him back in the lineup. Like I said, very excited to see that second line play. Ken, let's talk a little bit. The Red Wings have made a few roster moves in the past couple of days. Alex Biega being one of those moves. They traded David Pope to Vancouver to receive him. So he'll be in the lineup tonight. And for those who don't know who he is, he's a defender from Vancouver. What does he bring to the table for the Red Wings?
He's a good skater, and he's a competitor, too, and he can move the puck out of his own zone. And I really like that he's a veteran. He's 31 years old. He's been around the American Hockey League. He's played 179 games at the National Hockey League level, but he's kind of like a Luke Glendening type. And what I mean by that is he's a competitor, relies on his skating. He can get a little physical in the corners, too. He's not a very big guy, but he usually comes away with a puck. So I think it was a good pickup for Detroit. I don't think David Pope was ever going to play here year for the Red Wings. So the Red Wings made the trade, got a defenseman that can really help some of the youngsters on this team.
Right, and we did pick up a defenseman. We just saw on our stat line there that Daly and Erickson are still out. So is that something that you'll see Biega kind of trying to step up into a role to replace those two?
Well, he's not going to play tonight, and he wants to learn the situation, and he wants to learn how the team is playing, all the breakouts and everything else. So he's going to watch the game tonight, and I would think that he'd probably be in either in Montreal or the game here on Saturday against the Maple Leafs.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Anaheim. They're also 2-0 on the season. They played 2 games, and Ken, they've been very, very aggressive. They've been playing very physical in their past 2 games, and obviously coming out on top in both of those. What do you see out of this Anaheim team?
This is a little bit of a different team in the past years that we've seen from the Anaheim Ducks. When Carlisle used to coach this team, they were pretty physical. Now they rely basically on their defensemen, and they've got some good guys back there in Cam Fowler is one, but they rely on their goaltender a lot, and John Gibson. The guy's got a 971 save percentage this year, and he stopped 67 shots out of a total of 69, and his record is 2-0-0. He's going to play tonight, so I expect a low-scoring game tonight. I mean, he's going to be barraged by that top line and Andreas Athanasiou, but the Red Wings are going to have to find a way to get that puck behind him, and usually the best way to score against John Gibson, get in front of the net and get those rebounds and bang them home.
Well, Ken, I was going to ask you what you think the key to tonight's game is, but it looks like you just said it. Get in front of the net and try to bang home one of those rebounds, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, fans, we hope that you're coming down here for the game tonight. Puck drop is 7:30 p.m., but if you're not, you can catch it on FSD, and of course, you can listen to Ken Kal on 97.1 The Ticket. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.